I don't know what that is.
Both of us are.
It's a DLC for Borderlands 3.
Yeah, Borderlands 3.
Oh.
And I'm gonna sleep kind of soon, honestly. I don't stay up all night.
Fuck off.
I'm thinking of re-downloading Fortnite so that I can watch the Travis Scott concert.
Honestly,
really
it's kind of worth. It's worth it until the end.
Honestly, yeah. The end was not that good.
It just ends.
It sucks.
The end just ends. It's like, yeah,
Everything
Travis
else
Scott.
though was great, but then
That's
as
it.
soon as it's like about to end, it was like very anticlimactic.
Like,
Was
there's
that it?
sicko mode, there's Mo Bamba, there's
What?
drowning.
There's Goosebumps. That's not Bobamba.
There's no Mobamba.
No, there's no Mobamba.
I never realized the mighty Odysseus.
No, that's not the
No,
they don't have it.
It's not the same guy.
It's not. That's not Travis Scott at all. Travis Scott actually, his music's about like, his life and his depressing thoughts. It's kind of like Biggie
Okay, I don't know
Smalls.
about that one. I haven't listened to his music that much, but
These guys were just
He's like Biggie Smalls, but he doesn't convey that big of a message. His songs are really about like chillaxing and tripping out, which explains this whole astral world.
I would have tripped out if I was high on that shit. Like, if you're high and you're looking at Ratchet watching it, bro, you'll be in another fucking world.
if I'm right, it's playing tomorrow for 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's why tomorrow I'm gonna try to see if I can get in one of the shows. Don't you get that glider when you're on top of the astral world train?
Yeah.
Yeah. We thought we could ride the road. We couldn't.
Yeah.
Bro, even with the stealth attack, I can't kill this man. That kind of sucks.
Stealth boy.
Yeah, no, they kind of nerfed assassinating. You gotta actually level up and upgrade the assassinations to actually get a one-shot kill on it.
Dude, I'm a level 6.
I mean, I get it, but like,
And he's a 6 as well. We're the same.
But
We're the same. He's just as stronger.
I'm telling you, bro.
I get it, but isn't the point of Assassin's Creed to be an assassin and get one-hit kills all the time? Like,
Yes,
okay.
but
So,
this game, there's no assassin.
Yeah.
how do I
Assassin's
How do I start?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey has nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. Legitimately nothing. They basically did Origins, and then in Origins they fucked up because they were like, oh yeah, all of these mythical things, it comes from even the Greek times. And then Assassin's Creed Odyssey fucks up even more because they're like, oh, that whole life past thing has nothing to do with this game. This game is just literally RPG enjoying the old mythical times. So then you're just like, oh, okay.
But what's wrong with that, though?
There's in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with it.
But the way
But
you
at the
worded it is saying is there's something wrong with it.
For me, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, when I beat the game and I played through all of it, I was such disappointment. I was so disappointed because it had nothing to do with like literal Assassin's Creed. And then now there's rumor that the next project has to do with Vikings. I just hope they go back from the system from Assassin's Creed Odyssey to back to the Assassin's Creed Origins system.
I never played the Origins.
No, not Origins, my bad. Fuck. What's it called? Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity. No, Assassin's Creed Unity. No, because
which one was the steampunk one?
Syndicate.
I still like the theme of that one. I think that's my favorite theme.
You liked Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
The theme. Theme is what I said.
Okay.
3 times. Look, see, this man doesn't listen to me.
I heard theme, but like, I thought you've actually played it. That's
I
why.
have. It was kind of weird to play it, but I mean, it was an Assassin's Creed game. You know, it did what an Assassin's Creed game does.
Carlos, how do I start the DLC? I downloaded it. I want to play it.
You have to go talk to Hammerlock, don't you?
Oh my god, I have not unlocked Hammerlock. Oh, I actually have to play the story.
I mean, at this point, they probably assumed, you finished everything.
I'm putting Mayhem 10 on.
You're not gonna live.
Floors, lava, pool party, holy crit.
Alexios, good news, I hope. Safe and sound. Well,
Yeah, I don't know about the whole Assassin's Creed Syndicate. When I played it, I did like the theme as well, believe it or not.
It was so cool, the train and everything,
It was.
going through town with movable thing. Like, it's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. And then it had to do with New York gangs.
Perhaps.
But I just think, like, the history wasn't on par as all the other Assassin's Creeds. Just because, like, it was that other company that decided to do the Sucker Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Do this for me and earn double what you earned today.
I was really close to buying.
Are you up to the task?
Resident Evil 2. It's in my
Take you
cart.
far away from Kefalonia. So far away
That's
you
already
might
it.
never return.
And what changed?
Oh, I fell asleep. But then I started looking at like Doom. The old Doom is
What do
$249.
you say?
Stop attacking my horse, you
Call
numbnut.
him the wolf. He do something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, he's costing me drachmi. He's not good for business.
Anything I should know about Megaris?
Only that it's the most
But
valuable
Spark
land
the
in the
fuck out of
Greek
this
world.
fucking bear.
From a military perspective, of course. Unfortunately for Megarians, it has two very powerful neighbors who just can't seem to play nice. In the tug of war between Corinth and Athens, Megaris is their own.
Why me?
Because no one knows who you are. You're invisible.
I accept.
Splendid. You'll need a boat. You have one, don't you?
If I had a boat, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
A shame. It's too far of a swim, I'm afraid. Even for you.
I'll find one.
Good. I hope it's sturdy.
Think
And
that
why
might
is
be
that?
it then.
The seas are much more dangerous, I'm afraid.
Oh my god.
War is coming, and the wolf is on the wrong side.
War? With who?
No, that's the place.
The entire Greek
Where's the
world
town?
is at each
The
other's
heck?
throats. What rock have you been hiding under exactly?
Kefalonia.
Hmm.
And how do I know you're on the right side?
Because I'm the one paying you.
You won't be disappointed.
When your job in Megaris is done, come find me at Pilgrim's
Eastern
Landing
part
for
of the
keys.
sacred lands of Apollo. Okay.
Oh my god, guys, I got Penelope Shroud. Guys.
Okay, give me the vantage point. Will give me something.
It's even better than the helmet. I'm putting on Penelope Shroud. I don't really want to put on a spear. The big break. That looks so
I literally
stupid.
forgot the amount of detail there was, and why I love
boat.
Brotherhood
I
so
should go
much.
see the shipbuilder.
What is even the story of Assassin's Creed?
It
So,
gets diluted
you're an
after,
assassin.
like, 3, I think.
Okay, so in the first game, it's literally the Assassin's Creed is in a cult just like the Templars, but the Templars are trying to bring
Who are the
not the end of
Templars?
the world's. The Templars are the Crusaders, basically the Holy Crusaders that were going around during the medieval age trying to get rid of the whole earth from sin and stuff like that. How would they do that? By pillaging and raiding and killing sinners and other people who didn't believe in the same things as they did. So then the Assassin's Creed was an order and an occult trying to stop them from the inside secretly via assassination. So they slowly grow bigger and bigger until they work as an empire almost. So they make themselves powerful by an armory of mercenaries and thieves, and basically defeat the evil. They try to defeat the evils that the Templar / Crusader order does. So and in the beginning it's pretty normal, but then you find out that they're trying to get these holy relics that can actually kill someone. And with these holy relics, they're holy relics that have supernatural powers and abilities that can help them take over the world. So in the first game you play as Altair. Altair is this yes, he's basically the son of one of the creators of the whole creed, but he's having an issue fitting in because as he grew up with it, he also doesn't believe that much in it. You grow up you play as him growing up and you mess up a bunch of times. But you're not only playing as him, but you play as this guy named Desmond Miles. Desmond Miles is in the future who's being placed in this machine by a company known as the
Abstergo.
Abstergo. The Abstergo company is the Templar order in modern day times. So Abstergo is kidnapping people against their will and secretly putting them in these machines that through DNA they can access their ancestors' memories. They're trying to gather all these people who have ancestors from the Assassin's Creed like the Assassin's Creed order. And they're looking into the DNA because with the DNA they realize with a computer they can view the memories and replay them and find the holy relics and see what the Assassin's Creed order did to them. So in the first game you basically just take a piece of Eden, which is basically the apple of Eden, this holy relic called the apple of Eden. And he finds it, puts it in the temple, but when the Templars go, they don't find it there. So it's kind of left as a to be continued. Assassin's Creed 2, you're still playing as Desmond, but now they find out that he has an other relative known as Ezio Altatore. He is the first of the many of the line of Italian Assassin's Creed orders, but he's the one that basically gains power by creating another mercenary like thing, and he has his own castle, his own city, his own economy based, his own place, his own reputation. And it's really kind of like a mafia family. It kind of plays out kind of like a mafia family, but it's back in I want to say the 14 something, 17 something.
Those are two different numbers.
Yeah, I don't really know when it's based. I don't know the time. Hold up, let me see. Oh, 1459. 1459. So it's in what, the 1500s, right?
Cyclops. Time to have a little chat.
I don't know. Fuck it. Whatever. So in the second game, once again, you're playing as Desmond and Ezio Altatore. Desmond is still stuck with the company Abstergo, and they're still forcing him. Every single day they put him through so much, like, this causes a lot of like brain injury, going in the animus and being in the machine the whole time, but he's reliving the memories and playing as him, living Ezio Altatore's life and all this stuff. Ezio Altitude brings himself kind of from the medium power all the way to where you are in Brotherhood. At the very end of the game, once again, you find the Apple of Eden, and you're fighting the Spaniards, which are kind of having a war with the Italians. And the Spaniards still believe in the Crusaders, so they're basically the Templars. And they fall the way they're justifying the pillaging and invading other countries is by the church. They pay the Pope money, and the Pope says we're gonna go and fight Italy so that we may relieve them and spread the holy word of God and all this stuff. But in the game, in the video game, the same thing's happening. It's just that they're doing it because they want to have power all over the world, and Ezio is trying to defeat them and trying to get all the holy relics that the church has and take them from them and store them safely.
Ew.
Go get it.
Oh.
What happened?
Why did he just shove the eye inside a goat?
Oh yes.
I mean, it's not an eye, it's stone, but yeah.
Dude, it's an eye. What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So then, so Ezio basically defeats the Spaniard, decides not to kill him, big mistake, kills the Pope, the current Pope, finds the temple, but there was no artifacts there, none of the holy relics were there. Then that's when the game releases that, oh my god, there's these like ancient people who have so much knowledge and they made so many temples with holy relics. They're the creators of the holy relics. They're the creators of the new time and the new lives and the human lives. They were all knowing, all mystical beings, but they're dead. They were killed off. And basically it leaves as a to be continued because Ezio leaves with the Apple of Eden and leaves the Spaniard alive. So when now you're in Brotherhood, and in Brotherhood Ezio goes back home to this big castle that he now owns and so much reputation that he has. So it's since Ezio didn't kill the Spaniard comes back and destroys everything that he has and kills his uncle and takes back the Apple of Eden. So now Ezio has to go to Roma, which is the villa, Rome, whatever you want to call it. He goes back to Roma because he's trying to find the Spaniard and take back the holy relic. At the very end of this game, obviously, he fights an all-around war and he does kill the Spaniard and he takes the Apple of Eden and he hides it in a tomb and he tells Desmond where it is. But when Desmond goes and fetches it, he gets taken control by the spirit of his like ancestors, the holy ones, all knowing and everything. There was this girl who saved him in the second game. She broke it. She was already an employee there because she does have Templar blood in her, but she also has Assassin's Creed blood in her. So she saves him, and her and this team of 2 other people, they run away from the Templar order, and they.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Since he's reliving the memories of his ancestors and whatnot, can he do all the assassin shit too, or not?
Yes. Okay. So that's the thing about being in the Animus. In Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, they change from a company that abducts people to a company that hires you, and you sit and relive through the memories, but you have a 9-to-5 job. That way you won't suffer the mental illnesses and all that stuff. But for Desmond, they learned their lesson because Desmond Miles, when he broke out, they committed a lot of crimes and treason because in the States, and they invited Abstergo Enterprises. Well, it was originally called Abstergo. That's all it was called. Yes, not only that, but that guy exposed them for all they're doing, and since they have a private army of mercenaries, that private army of mercenaries invade another country, because they escaped from the U.S. to Italy, and then they invade another country with a private army chasing after Desmond Miles, and they cause like a lot of damages and all this stuff. So they do end up in the third game. Desmond Miles ends up stopping the plans from the people in the past, the creators of everything, the species of all knowing or whatever. They planned to use the Apple of Eden to destroy the whole earth and cleanse it from evil, kind of like the Templars. So he stops that, and when Abstergo, what is now known as Abstergo Enterprises, when their security team enters the place, they find Desmond Miles dead, but three of his team members are gone, but one of them is actually KIA, which is the girl, because in Brotherhood, his ancestors, the things make him kill the girl who's half-half, because she's still a Templar and she knows too much, and she can't be trusted, so they force him to kill her, because he doesn't actually want to kill her because he falls in love with her, because she saved his life, blah blah blah. So the third one, he died because instead, when his ancestors were forcing him to use the Apple of Eden in this big temple that they had created in the past to kill the entire planet, basically, instead of doing that, he uses the Apple of Eden to kill himself and to kill the power that's left in the Apple of Eden.
So the Apple of Eden doesn't work anymore, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work anymore. If that, it's kind of miffy, but yes, no, it gets even more confusing because in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, now Abstergo is as an enterprise, and they now use these memories. They're still an occult. They're still trying to gain power and everything, but now they're keeping everything secret, and they're paying government officials and stuff like that. And in your 9-to-5 job, these two hackers, well, there's one hacker, this girl basically tells you, hey, this guy, he's just like, hey, you're with me now, alright? You got us in a load of trouble, because now I'm in Abstergo Enterprises, and so are you. So you're gonna go and you're gonna find all the information, all the hidden deep dark secrets about this company, and you're gonna hand them off to this person of mine. So while you're actually playing there, you can, with your tablet, you can hack devices, and you can actually find like information and even videos of what the company does now. Now they record the memories that you have and turn them into movies. So they turn them into movies, video games, merchandise. And you actually get like a trailer for a once you finish Black Flag, you get a trailer for the movie that they're making because of the Black Flag. But they cut all the things out about the Assassin's Creed and the Templars. They just make it about pirates pillaging and the conflictions and how all the pirates died. And people love watching those movies because they know it's true, because now everyone in the world knows you can access memories through DNA sequences and all that stuff. So that one doesn't really, that one you just find out that the two people that been in this the whole, two of the people that been in this the whole time are still alive, and now they work for Abstergo Enterprises and deleted all their information, all the information about their identities and all that stuff, and they're still stealing information and leaking it out there to the world. But then, of course, after that, what do you release? What can you release? You can't really release. No, like as a video game like series or you know,
The franchise.
Yeah, the franchise. So now fans were asking, how did this whole creed start? Because a creed is like a belief and all this stuff. And how did it continue to the modern times? So then obviously that released Assassin's Creed Unity, having to do with how from medieval times it went to revolutions. How not only did it was there an effect in the American Revolution, but also the French Revolution. Origins. So then that's when they released Assassin's Creed Origins, where the ideals and the ideas come from Egyptian times, because this one pharaoh, this one guy, I think it was a pharaoh. I didn't play that one. I just know some of the story. But there was a pharaoh. There was this guy who was pharaoh. They killed his son when they were trying to kill him, and then he goes on this whole thing of like, I'm gonna take back revenge. And when people were like, really, this is what you're doing for revenge? And then he was just like, no, you wanna know what? I'm doing it for vengeance. So, and they were just like, and what will you call yourself? And he was just like, assassin. And basically, that's how he started the Assassin's Creed, right? You do things, you assassinate people who are doing evil things, corruption and stuff like that, for the good of not you, but for your whole people. So then that's how it started. And then that should have been the end of the franchise, because it was pretty bad game. The RPG style and everything, players weren't used to it. Yeah, and then they were like, nope, here's Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and we were like, excuse me? And you could either play as the girl or the guy, and it affects the story completely, and then you're like, excuse me? And then when you beat the game, you find out that these... Oh, well, I'm not gonna spoil it. Yeah. But let's just say when Carlos and... when Carlos and Marco, yeah, beat the game. I was about to call you apathy, and my brain stopped. When Carlos and Marco beat the game, they'll basically tell you. I don't know if they'll tell you the same thing as I'll tell you, but for me, why would you, tell a whole story and then just press delete?
I'll miss you too. And what does the future?
If anything, Marco's gonna finish before me. He's been playing that game for over 8 hours now.
Well, legitimately, he might not even beat the game, Marco, because for me, I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy Assassin's Creed Odyssey. One, I did not care about the main story at all. I cared about killing mythical creatures that you hear from, legitimately, stories like the Odyssey. Or you can find ancient weapons like the trident of Odysseus, and you can even find like the boots from, I forgot his name, the messenger from Zeus. Yeah, and it's just like you can do all these things, and you're like amazing. But obviously, Ubisoft realized that they fucked up when they released the game, because people were like, "What does this have to do with Assassin's Creed?" So then they were like, "You wanna know what? You wanna know where we came up with the Phantom Blade? DLC, baby. You wanna know how it was made? Buy the DLC, baby."
That is a really good plan.
Marketing started, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean. So there's like a DLC about the Phantom Blade or something like that, and you can, that's the only way you can get it. You play the DLC, and I don't know if you can upgrade it. I never played it. Like, I literally beat Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then I saw someone beat the game as the girl, and I was like, oh, I should have played as the girl. Like, everything is better if you play as a girl. They shouldn't have given you an option to play as Alexios. They should have made it purely on a girl.
Well, I'm a guy, so...
Yeah, I know, you're Alexios. That's why I was just like, please let Carlos be the girl. And then I saw his live stream last...
Well, I asked Marco, is there any difference in choosing it? Him. He said no. So I was like, okay, who cares then?
There is. There is. And there's even a... Let me tell you this. You can kill your sister since you're both playing the same thing, or you cannot. And yes, it does affect the ending. Same thing with choosing the girl or a guy. And the girl has a better story. So I don't even know why they let you fucking choose. They should have removed that as a thing. Or at least given you the suggestion, hey, due to popular opinion, playing as a girl is way better. Are you sure you want to play as Alexios?
Yeah.
Have you all partaken in the orgy yet?
The what?
Okay, they haven't.
I just ignored you.
I remember everyone was reading Brave New World and all these fucking boys were really horny about the fucking orgy scenes or whatever.
About the what? Which book? What?
Brave New World.
A Brave New World?
Brave New World.
Did you read it in high school?
No shit, yeah.
While y'all were reading like Lords of the Flies and all that shit,
bro, Spartan kicked this kid. Spartan kicked this kid off the mountain.
My senior
He
teacher
just
was
dropped
just
him, I
like,
guess.
this is an AP class, and I hate that they still read Lord of the Flies and all that stuff. And then there was this girl who was really into reading. She was like, she was really hyped. Well, yeah, but then we read even better books. I'm talking Beloved. I'm taking 74. Like, oh my god, those books are... No? Thermometer?
Oh, hey, Marco, I finally saw the Ubisoft Presents.
Oh, what?
The Ubisoft Presents Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm barely seeing that now.
Yeah.
It's so far into the game, is it not?
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Like,
far,
you can,
yeah.
It's kind of funny because it's like, huh?
you can
I was
complete,
confused.
you can
Like,
100% the island that you start on.
I think that's what I did, and then actually started popped up. Like, oh, okay.
Dude, what do you mean? You left the island first before I did.
I went
That's
back.
it, Carlos. Carlos.
Okay, but you left
just
first,
wait,
though.
Just wait till you look at the whole map. Just you wait.
What do you mean, dude? I already have. I already saw Lesbos. What else more do I need to see? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. That's exactly what he was talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Marco didn't even notice it. I had to say it to him.
Marco,
What?
have you noticed how big the map is?
Yeah, I saw that map. Like, alright, great.
What if I told you that there's still fucking shit underwater that people are discovering in the game?
I know there's underwater stuff. That's like,
Keep up the speed!
But it doesn't even tell you in the map?
yeah, it's just like you gotta find it yourself with your fucking bird, bro. Oh, another mercenary? God damn it! Stop.
Oh, right. Oh, you want to know how to avoid that, Marco?
Just
You
kill
go
yourself.
to the mercenary list. You go to the mercenary list.
I
And
do pay off the bounty that way sometimes, but it's like I'd rather just kill the guy.
no. You pay off the bounty and you go kill the mercenary, and then you make sure that you kill them and leave no witnesses, because then you won't have a bounty on your head. So then it'll tell you where the next mercenary is and you can go kill him. That's literally how I got to level 50 really fast. And how I was able to get that horse that doesn't die. No, there's a horse. Your horse in the game dies constantly. And the thing is, when you have a bounty on your head, it's not only one bounty hunter that shows up, like literally every bounty hunter left alive can show up and come to kill you at once. I think this one time I was doing like a main story mission where it involved kind of like a castle thing, and when I went in there, there was already so many high-level enemies, and all of a sudden the game just tells me that a bounty hunter has showed up, and it does the whole little animation of the bounty hunter entering, and then all of a sudden, boom, a second bounty hunter, third, fourth, fifth. I had 5 bounty hunters, and all the like these high-level enemies. So I was like,
there's a big fight in the background.
You get him aboard, I'll talk him into it. A little
Well, I killed the
ended up-
mercenary, which is great for now.
Want me to knock him out?
Can't just pop him off the roof. Ain't funny.
Maybe just pacify him a little. Then get him
Being able to Spartan kick is OP. I love it so much.
Everything will be fine.
oh, just wait until, let's just say that if you have two-handed swords, and you use like there's gonna be this ultimate where you can you basically do an animation that does a lot of damage and then knocks the person over. Those are with two-handed it is very OP. But what I always carried was a two-handed and a long one, because since I was always killing those like Medusa, basically.
Yeah, mythical beast, got it.
Yeah, mythical beast fights. Well, it's just Medusa. You play him. You play him in like the Olympics. And it's just like, it's Hercules, Hercules, and then you're expecting this big muscular guy,
But no,
and
it's
it's
just
yeah, he's just a regular guy. And if you play as Alexios, he goes, who, him? That's it. But if you play as the girl, she's just like, I'll have him out in 10 seconds, like he lays. And then everyone's like, who? That's why it's so much better to play as the girl. Fuck, I should have played as...
Wait a minute. So what you're telling me right now, the only difference is the lines.
The lines and the story.
I don't know what
Which
difference
is basically the lines.
The story, the lines, the animation.
What's the story? What's the story difference? Besides the whole killing your brother part.
Well, no, you can kill your brother, save your brother. You can spare the father, kill the father. Legitimately the difference is the very ending.
But why can't you do that with the guy?
I know what makes it different.
Cause he's a guy, and and like there's some things there are some things you can control and there's some things you can't.
Like?
Joe Mama.
I'm trying not to spoil things.
I mean,
I just don't want to spoil things.
This is
Look,
if it's the girl
just
part,
it's
not
just
gonna be
better
different,
because
right?
a lot of the things that happens,
Well, I'm not gonna
it
play the
would
girl
not
either
make
way.
sense. It would not make sense for Alexios to do those things, and then it's also it also is very decision based, kind of like the lines and the decisions. Sometimes when Alexios makes like one of those decisions and you think it's a good decision, it backfires. Or
yeah,
like
I backcounted one of them already. It's pretty funny.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Like you think it's a good idea because the way it's worded, but the reason it backfires is because the whole game was made for you to play as the girl. They just decided to change that last second when development. At least that's what I believe, because I literally started re-downloading Assassin's Creed Odyssey to play it as the girl, because I was looking at someone who was streaming it, and they were playing as the girl, and I was like, what? I made almost the same exact choice, but that didn't happen. Or like, he decided to kill the brother, and I was just like, what? Because if I were to kill the sister, that wouldn't have happened. And that is like, that is so much a better resultant that I am like that I feel better with. I don't know, for some reason, in a lot of people's opinion and in my opinion, it's better to play as a girl. Especially when you get to like the orgy part.
Why do you say that?
Because
why is that? That's one of the
Alexios,
best things for you.
Because legitimately, when you play as Alexios, he turns it down, but then there's a goat that passes by, and it asks you once again, like, if you want to join in.
Okay.
But as the girl, it's like it's still an option, but whatever you choose, you're like, that makes sense. But for Alexios, it's just like, what? How come after the goat, he considers it? That's so...
He's an ancient Greek. That was normal. So he can't really...
Wait, what do you mean goat? Did he fuck a goat?
Well, I don't think...
it doesn't show. It doesn't show.
But he fucked a goat.
But as the camera's
year.
panning out and everything, you just hear, bah.
Game of the year, I'm telling you.